The moment you inherit conflict, it becomes yours. And pretending that it's not your issue is just childish. But if you really want to be a good leader, you're not leading people when things are calm. You can actually prove that you're a good leader when shit is messy. I remember the situation like it was yesterday, because when I think about it, it gives me like the heebie-jeebies and my arm hairs stick up. So this leader got assigned to this department who had been around, the leader had been around for a while, so had a reputation for being a hard ass, but this department needed some cleanup and just the predecessors weren't doing what they needed to do. So, Bob, we'll call him, came into this department, inherited a lot of challenges and knew that, he wanted to clean up the department. So being HR, of course, I had to be privy to all the conversations, prepare all the paperwork, and get everything settled for people to be terminated. And within 48 hours, 21 people got terminated. Now, there was a little over 60 people in this department, so there was still quite a bit of employees in the department. But man, did that ruffle some feathers. I was getting IM messages, I was getting knocks at my door, people were waking me up in the middle of the night because they were nervous that they were next. And I just kept telling people, it's okay, if you're good at your job, you'll be fine. But if you're not good at your job and you know that you've been slacking, then maybe you should resign. So again, like I said, 21 people got terminated. No one really resigned. There were certainly people who probably should have. But at the end of the day, it's important as a leader to really do something about the conflict that you inherit, because it's sort of dead weight. And sometimes people just outdo their jobs, and that's why you need a leader to clean up shop. Hi everyone, my name is Jose LP, and I've been helping leaders for over 25 years make those uncomfortable conversations comfortable. Now, when you are one of those leaders who inherit challenges, I can understand that it is uncomfortable. I've had to do it myself. But if you don't do something, it really, truly affects the environment, and not just your productivity. It's so bad for your culture, and it's hard. As that leader, once people lose faith in you, it's really hard to get it back. So there's 3 things that I recommend that you can do to build up your team and ensure that you're going to be that kick-ass leader that you want to be. So the first one to managing conflict you inherited is you got to reset those standards. Have a team meeting with everyone involved so that they know ahead of time that something may be coming. And yes, I understand that it's going to put people on eggshells, and I understand it's going to make people nervous, but at the end of the day, you're still paying people to do a job, so they better shape up, right? Why allow poor performers to stay performing, right? Or stay in the job, like why? So resetting those standards are important. And you go back to your policies and your processes and any of your documentation that you have and as a company to show what those standards are. But doing it as a team in a group setting is important so that everyone hears the exact same message. Now, for a more specific guideline on resetting those expectations, you can get your free guide. So click the link below. The second tip that I have for you to managing conflict that you've inherited is actually meeting every single employee one-on-one. Now, if we relate back to my scenario where 21 people got terminated, yes, the manager did have a group meeting. However, he only met everybody one-on-one after those 21 people got terminated. But that was important because now that manager had to rebuild that trust and let people know, yes, 21 people left, but you are now here to stay, and I want you to stay. I just need you to do what you've been hired to do. And again, there's more details in the handout for meeting one-on-one. Just click on that link below. And the third and final one that is to help managing conflict that you've inherited is really about interrupting patterns. So just because, for example, 21 people got terminated does not mean that things are gonna switch overnight, right? There is anxiety, there is awkwardness, there's still eggshells, you know? So again, you have to celebrate those small wins by interrupting patterns. So as soon as someone does something that you're not happy about, you need to stop it and provide that clear direction right then and there. Even if it's on the floor, just be professional. You know, there's ways to do it, and you can check it out on that guide. I'm gonna give you some tips on what you should say, but interrupting those patterns are also very important to ensure that you still set those parameters to make sure that people are going within those guidelines. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to pick up your guide on how to manage conflict that you've inherited. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.